This episode is brought to you by Experian. Are you paying for subscriptions you don't use, but can't find the time or energy to cancel them? Experian could cancel unwanted subscriptions for you, saving you an average of $270 per year and plenty of time. Download the Experian app. Results will vary. Not all subscriptions are eligible. Savings are not guaranteed. Paid membership with connected payment account required.
Today on an all-new Dr. Phil.
He thinks because he has a job, I should pick up his stuff.
Their husbands don't help with the chores.
You've gotten away with this for 16 years?
Don't blow it for me now.
So what happens when the men
We're going to send them backstage to clean some dishes and make lunch for their wives.
have to be Mr. Mom?
Oh, what a train wreck. The baby's head now has mustard on it. Let's do it. If we're going to do something here that matters, then we got to deal with the truth.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
If I can help get this family back on track, are you willing to do that?
Ready, 3, take.
This is going to be a changing day in your life. These 3 men are wanted, not by the FBI or police, but their wives, because they say they're notorious for escaping household duties like laundry, dirty dishes, taking out the trash. They're on the loose, and they are wanted for chores. Now, we're going to look into why this is a weekly argument with most every couple. Now, Cam is a stay-at-home mom. She says she always knows how to find her husband of 4 years because Kyle leaves a trail of clothing or crumbs. Take a look.
One of my biggest problems with my husband is I couldn't pay him money to clean up.
My wife calls me a slob all the time.
I'm pretty sure if you typed in slob on the internet, his picture, it's very possible it could pop up.
She nitpicks about my sock being here or my shoe being over there.
I'm like, I don't want to nag. I just want you to do common sense things.
I'm a guy. I'm guilty of it sometimes.
Me and my husband argue a lot about chores because my husband is a chauvinistic pig and he feels like this whole feminist movement ruined marriage.
I'm very traditional. Man goes out, makes the money, brings home the bacon. The wife can work if she wants to, but the wife pretty much handles the things at home.
Cleaning is women's work, cooking is women's work, dealing with children is women's work.
Bought her a $1,500 vacuum that she does not use more than maybe once a week.
Who vacuums more than once a week? And if you would eat at our dining table, I wouldn't have to vacuum.
If you buy a $1,500 vacuum, you should use that vacuum every day for everything. I don't care. Vacuum the grass outside.
Whenever I leave the house, I feel like I'm being harassed. It can be an hour and he's texting how much longer. I'm like, I just left.
If Camp and I swapped roles, I think that he and I would be just fine.
Well, I would love to help you, but I don't see the problem. I mean, what? I'm just kidding.
You're a man,
I'm just
that's
kidding.
why.
You think I should recuse myself here?
Absolutely, because you're a man. You don't understand how hard it is to stay at home.
So, do you think he's lazy?
Absolutely. Outside of his career, he works very hard at work, but at home, absolutely.
Unbelievable, right?
That's not unbelievable. All I want him to do is pick up after yourself. Don't leave the butter on the kitchen counter. Put it back in the refrigerator.
Now, how long y'all been married?
4 years.
Have you tried to train him?
Absolutely, and clearly I need assistance because it's not working.
All right, now, how long did you know him before you got married?
2 years.
Did you have any clue then? Was he like Mr. Clean before you got married?
Absolutely.
No.
Yes, you were.
No.
Oh,
We
so
had an
this was bait and
apartment.
switch.
Exactly. The day we said I do, a couple of days later, he's like, well, it's woman's
Dr.
work
Phil,
now. You're my
once
wife.
they lock you in, then they try to change everything up on you.
Well, now, wait, okay, all right. But was this bait and switch? Did you come across as like Mr. Dialed In, Mr. Clean, and then once you got the papers on her,
That's why-
you said, hey, that's woman's work, go do
Absolutely.
it?
No.
Did he bait and switch you?
He baited me and switched it so quick.
No. This is why I'm confused. I never was that cleanly. I
But
never.
you
I don't
picked
consider
up
myself a
after
slob.
yourself. You are a slob.
Why
I
should
just
I-
had to pick up after him when we got here.
Once you got here?
Once we got here,
What do you mean, where?
he had to change his clothes, and it's a trail from the door to the bathroom.
In the hotel room?
Yes.
I could have gotten it after the show, no problem. But
Why wouldn't you just hook it
but women
up?
want you to do it when they say do it. And if you don't do it then you're in trouble.
Why not?
Because I'm an adult
I'm
too, and
in
I should
charge
be able
of
to
the
pick one out.
household, correct?
Yes.
So then shouldn't I make the household rules?
Only, yeah, of course, the women will clap, of course.
So what happens if you just leave it there? Have you ever done that? Have you just said, you know what?
I have silent protests, as I like to call them, and it does not bother him one bit.
But see, let me tell you something about men. You said I'm a guy, so I'll be your friend at the factory here.
Okay.
Because if you have a guy that doesn't pick stuff up, just drops his clothes everywhere, if you leave him there long enough, then he'll come to you like on a Wednesday morning racing around for work and say, where's my underwear? The drawer's empty. You could say, well, you know what? It's right where you left it.
And that's what I do.
It's in there in the middle of the hallway outside the bathroom. You go in there and put it on.
It's usually in our living room, because I don't care how our room looks, but he gets undressed in the living room.
You drop your underwear in the living room?
No.
That's the only thing he keeps on.
I'll take a sport coat off or maybe a shirt and I'll leave it in the living room. But you can relate to me with this. You work hard, right? Every day.
Well, thank you.
So, yeah, you got a great TV show. You're doing really well. Shouldn't you be able to come home and relax? Why should I have to work at work and then come home and work?
It's not work.
It is.
Did you ever offer and she doesn't like the way you do it?
I've offered to work at the house several times.
He doesn't clean. He organizes mess.
And this is what happens too. She won't even let me go. Mind you, I do all of the yard work. Occasionally, I'll cook her a really nice dinner.
And leaves the kitchen like you wouldn't believe.
I wake up. I do. See, no matter what I do, it's never good enough. Yeah, I'll cook and I'll clean.
Go.
Thank you. Thank you. You can
and
clap to
sometimes
that.
they don't. There were two people. Don't get excited.
Thank you. See?
Last night, Robin and I are in bed. I pick up the remote. The battery goes dead. I said, okay, I'll go. You want me to go? I'll go get some battery. I'll go downstairs and get some batteries. She laughed at me.
I said, you can't even look at me when you say that because you know you're not going down there. You know I'm going.
Exactly.
I said, look at me, look at me. He couldn't look at me, and then he finally just kind of well, okay.
I offered to go down there, did I not?
You offered like, I'll go.
Yeah.
And then I said, can you even look at me when you say it because you know you don't mean it.
Exactly.
But you get
And
no
I
credit.
went and
you
got
get no
him.
credit for offering.
I offered.
Because it's
Nothing
just
for me.
batteries.
It's the remote.
But you act like it's so hard to get batteries.
By the time she got back up there, I was in withdrawal. I was shaking. All right, now Cam says the only time she can escape her household duties is for choir practice or getting her nails done. And even then, after just a couple of short hours, he calls asking, where are you? Now, our cameras caught this on tape. Take a look.
How long you gonna be on?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I am headed to my church so that I can work on a couple of marketing pieces. My husband is in charge of our lovely 3-year-old. Yeah! Plus, he has a couple of chores to do. I'll give him about an hour and a half max. He's gonna call to see where I'm at. He's not gonna last very long at all.
So I can't just enjoy the game, huh?
Nope. So this is the official color? Hello?
You expected me to wake straight up and clean the laundry room.
You tell me I'm supposed to get everything done while he's sleeping?
Yeah, because it's your job.
Because it's my job. Right.
Dad's gonna do it. Dad's gonna do it. Stop tripping.
Thank you, man.
I just want to see what gets done by the time I get home. That's all. So, chop chop.
Come on, buddy. We eating oatmeal.
I don't like oatmeal.
First down, baby. Let's go. When you get done, bring me your bowl and show it to me, okay?
Are you serious?
We were playing.
You didn't do anything.
I'm gonna do the laundry room back there.
I'm in the middle of a play. I was playing one game.
What did you guys do today? Nothing.
But
See, the problem with kids is they don't know what to lie about. He would probably cover you if he could, but now she says you don't. It's just that you don't pick up, or that you don't help around there. You actually add to the problem, right?
Absolutely. Did you see? All it was his stuff. My 3-year-old picks up more than him.
I don't understand. How am I adding to the problem when we wouldn't even have a house for us to throw clothes on the floor in if I wasn't
thinks
being
because
the
he
provider?
has a job, I should jump for joy and pick up his stuff. I'm
but
not.
she
You
nitpicks
would
me
have a job
over the smallest things. A sock here, I left a dirty dish out here. She accentuates all of the negative small things.
Room.
But the big picture and the big thing that I do is provide
and that's it
for us and the family.
That's
and
enough.
She doesn't care anything about that.
That's enough.
I'll hear about a sock all.
Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Absolutely. I'm
he
very
wants
traditional.
credit for that.
What I'm supposed to do, I think there are certain roles within a household. Since I'm bringing home the bacon,
I should be barefoot,
her
pregnant,
job
cooking
is
it.
at home. My job is outside of the home, so she handles responsibilities.
Well, it looks to me like if you brought home the bacon, you'd just throw it in the floor. Anyway, so all right, wait a minute.
Exactly.
All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to meet a therapist who says she has trouble diagnosing her own husband of 16 years. She can't figure out why he won't help out with the chores. We'll add them to this conversation when we come back.
When I ask Mike to do something on the inside, he right away pulls the outdoors chores card.
I take care of the pool, maintain the vehicles, oil changes.
My domestic chores include making dinner, making lunch for the kids, washing the clothes, helping with homework, I change all her diapers, I vacuum, dust, clean the bathtub, the toilet, I clean the ceiling fans, I clean the TV, I take out the garbage.
Monday on an all-new Dr. Phil. What would cause these sisters
You tried to shove her out a window
to treat their mother this way?
I've been there for you when you
please don't act like this is like Mother of the Year for you.
Painful memories are exposed.
Had a family friend touch me in inappropriate places.
I don't believe it was as bad as what she's saying.
Your daughter was molested, and your response was to debate the details.
That's Monday.
Well, today we're talking about Chore Wars, which is the oldest battle fought among couples. Now, Mike and Bridget have been married for 16 years. Okay, now Cam and Kyle, 4 years. This couple, 4 times that much. They both have jobs outside the home. They have 3 children under the age of 10. Mike says that because she refuses to do chores on the outside of the home, he said, I'm not going to do any on the inside. Take a look.
When you start bringing in the same amount of money that I do, then it would be fair for me to do the same amount of chores in the house that you do.
I absolutely feel like I work a double shift. I am a therapist outside of the house, and then I come home and work another shift.
The division of labor between Bridget and I is more balanced than she sees it.
My domestic chores include making dinner, making lunch for the kids, washing the clothes, helping with homework, get Allie up in the morning, I change all her diapers, I vacuum, dust, clean the bathtub, I clean the toilet, I clean the ceiling fans, I clean the TV, I take out the garbage.
Bridget may ask me to take out the trash. She wants it done within the next 30 seconds. In my mind, I'm thinking it's fourth quarter of the game on Saturday, trash truck doesn't get here till Tuesday, I'm good for a while.
When I ask Mike to do something on the inside, he right away pulls the outdoors chores card.
I take care of the pool, maintain the vehicles, oil changes, that type of thing. That's all work that I do.
Dishes are daily. I have to do the dishes every day.
Man invented the double-sided sink so that we had a place to put the dirty dishes until they were ready to go into the dishwasher.
So when I come home from traveling and the kids are disheveled, the beds aren't made, there's cat hair all over the place, cat hasn't been fed, and I confront Mike about this.
From my perspective, as long as the kids are still alive and the house hasn't burned down, we're pretty good.
Okay. Look, I want to give you guys some cover, but come on. I mean, we are in a room full of women here. There's a lot of women in here. You got to get out alive. What do you mean? What do you mean when you start making as much money as I do, then we'll split the chores?
Now, let's start there, Dr. Phil. I think we need to be clear. I work 50, 60 hours a week. She does work, but it's a part-time job. Maybe an hour a day outside the home. Yes, she works hard in the home, but not as much out of the home as I do.
So you work 5 hours a week?
No, not at all. No, just because I don't get paid for a lot of what I do. I work probably, I'd say 30 to 40 hours a week.
Not outside the home.
Yes,
taking care of kids.
Yes.
Okay, do you, how do you, you've gotten away with this for 16 years?
Don't blow it for me now.
Yeah, well, I'm trying, and listen, these two were up here. You're thick as thieves with him, right?
Yeah,
They're all high-fiving each other. I don't think
Games
so.
later today.
Yeah. So what, do you do this every day? Everything we just saw there, what's he doing while you're doing that?
Working.
Oh, I saw you home. You didn't look like you're working to me. Are you up working while he's watching TV or something?
Yeah, you know, I do that every day, all of that stuff. I like it neat, and with kids and cats and people, you just have to stay on top of it.
So your chores are daily?
Absolutely.
Your
yeah.
chores are weekly or monthly? Because you're like changing the oil. We got a video of you changing the oil.
Months.
Like you do that every day.
I like a clean car.
Yeah, you like your oil to be fresh.
Does the carpet need to be vacuumed every single day?
Yes, when you have 3 toddlers? Are you kidding me?
You've got kids and a cat?
Exactly.
Cats shed.
Yes, it's a black cat. It sheds.
Yeah.
And then...
Now, I have a solution for that.
No. And then when
cat goes right outside.
Then it's yours, right? And then you have to do the cat box of food. No, and when they eat, you know, while they're watching football, everything's dribbling, and we've got chips on the ground, and the beer glass bottle stays there forever.
Do you change diapers?
Doesn't get taken care of. No, never.
I have.
3.
I have.
We have 3 kids. I think you've done 3.
What do you do when you smell? What do you do when you smell a dirty diaper?
Well, if she's not going to be home for a while, I'll go ahead and put my shirt over my mouth and get it taken care of. But you know, if it's 10,
but
15
you ignore
minutes,
them too, don't you?
I'll maybe not pay attention to it. Yeah.
Now, what do you mean when you say he moves the trash closer to the door?
Well, I was begging him to empty the trash. I empty the trash daily, especially the kitchen trash, right? And it smells, so I emptied it, and you have to go all the way around the house to the big trash cans, and I just don't have time to do that. So I asked him, can you please empty the trash, just the kitchen one, just take over that chore. I would be so appreciative. So what does he do? He gets the big trash can, brings it around, so it's right outside the kitchen door now. So I can put it in there. I'm like, that is not what I was doing.
Not a bad idea. I mean, bring that really well. Well, I mean, you bring it closer, you're eliminating steps, whichever one of you has to do it. I saw a study one time where they were asking women what they consider sexy. And the whole idea was, is it flowers, is it candy, is it this, or it's that? And what women said they consider sexy was if their husband did something to lighten their load, did something to take it off of them, like did the dishes or cleaned the oven or whatever, and that like really puts them in the mood. Have you ever thought about that?
I have thought about that, but who's going to lighten our load? Nobody comes to work. Nobody comes to work with us to help us with our work.
Off of work. I have to work 7 days, and if I don't work 7 days, nothing gets done.
And we don't have hours.
But you can take breaks whenever you want. But you can take breaks when you choose to.
It'll still be there the third day.
If you want to take an hour nap here or there throughout the day,
right? How do you take a nap with
If we take a nap on our job, what happens?
We get fired.
But you get 2 days.
If we take a nap
You
on
just
our
said
job,
that
they
she's
call
got.
CPS.
But she's saying she's got these 3 kids under 10. You said take a nap during the day. Do you know that research shows that a toddler has to have their mother's undivided attention every 4 minutes during the day?
Thank you.
Now think about that.
Absolutely.
So they're going to take a 3-minute, 50-second nap?
They can put the youngsters to bed
He
as well.
says, force my son to take a nap
We've
and
got
be
3
creative.
kids.
Yeah.
2 of them are in school 6-8 hours a day, and Allie takes a 2-hour nap every day.
She does not take it 2 hours. Maybe an hour and a
She
half.
does
But
when
then
I
have
watch
to do,
her.
Then I have to. That's when I do the dishes and the cleaning and the laundry.
Right,
and
that's
all
when you
that.
take
Yeah.
She's probably weak from hunger when you're watching. You said you don't even feed the cat.
No, that poor cat.
All
when I
right,
go
our
on.
next couple has been married for 39 years. 4 years, 16 years, 39 years, and sadly, after 39 years, it hadn't changed one whit. The wife says if she doesn't make dinner, they just don't eat. We'll be right back.
For 39 years, I have done everything. I have cooked. I have cleaned. You know where he was? Sitting on the couch.
Okay, so you think things have changed since the 1950s? Well, maybe not as much as you would think. A recent report says women still do almost twice as many household chores, even when both work outside the home. Now, my next couple has been married for 39 years. Debbie says this age-old problem with her husband, Rick, has them bickering every day like an old I Love Lucy episode. Take a look.
Debi!
For 39 years that my husband and I have been married, I have done everything. I have cooked, I have cleaned, I have coached my children's ball team. You know where he was? Sitting on the couch with his feet up.
That is absolutely correct. Debbie does do at least 95% of the work.
Rick never volunteers to do chores. It's always me asking him. Remember the other day I asked you very kindly if you would wind this up and put it in here?
I do not volunteer to help with the chores. I have to be forced by her. I'm the first one to say I'm lazy.
Throughout the years, I've built decks, fences, torn off the front porch and the back porch.
She's very mechanical, where I really lack in the mechanical aptitude.
I run the power tools. They're mine. He has no idea how to use them. He would cut his toes off.
She bugs me. I get discouraged and don't do what I'm supposed to do.
I really think Rick thinks I'm his mother, but I'm not.
Now, you ladies get this is your future, right? I mean, seriously, that's Kyle walking around out in the backyard acting like he doesn't know what grass is. All right, so how do you get away with this, Rick?
Well, most of the time I just kind of ignore, you know, she'll say...
All the time.
Does he do anything to help?
Well, he doesn't do that much. He does take the garbage out, and he puts the garbage out front. He takes the car down, the vehicle's down to get serviced, but he doesn't service them. You service them. He doesn't. He just takes them to be serviced.
I wouldn't know what to do.
And then he gets to chit-chat. And hours later,
by the
he'll come
way,
home.
he pulls the dipstick twice a year.
Whose side are you on?
I mean, come on. I mean, you got to give me something to work with here, guys. So why do you let him get away with this seriously for 39 years?
Trust me, his clothes have been on the front porch quite a few times.
So you put him out there,
Oh, yeah.
and he just comes back in?
It gets really, yeah, he puts them back. He puts them
Oh,
back.
the door has been locked on me more than once.
She has locked you out.
Locked me out.
So how many times a day do you get mad?
Oh.
Every hour on the hour. Every hour on the hour.
So for 39 years, you've been getting mad 10 times a day.
I'll tell you, and it gets very stressful, and I can feel it right here, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, and you've locked him out of the house. He's sitting in a van.
Mm-hmm. He won't go far. He keeps saying, this isn't gonna work, this isn't gonna work. And I said, War of the Roses, I'll cut this house right down the middle. I know how to operate those saws.
Well, all right, next, a honey-do list for these husbands. We're gonna send them backstage right now to do the number one thing their wives want most. That is clean some dishes. Plus, they're going to make their wives lunch. We're sending you guys back right now. You only have 10 minutes. All three of you guys go right down the aisle, right down there. All right, watch your step, Rick. All right, we'll be right back. Across this great country, from coast to coast, you've told me about the crossroads we're facing. That's exactly why I wrote We've Got Issues, How You Can Stand Strong for America's Soul and Sanity. This book isn't just a conversation starter. It's a roadmap for standing strong in the face of adversity, for embracing our core values when they're needed most. We're talking about real strategies for real people dealing with real issues, from navigating the complexities of today's polarized world to fortifying our families. And I set forth in the book 10 principles that I think are critical for a healthy society. This is not about politics. I'm not a politician, don't want to be a politician, don't know enough about politics to talk about it. But I talk about every angle of life as we know it, from family and relationships to the burning issues that are shaping our world today. We've got issues, how you can stand strong for America's soul and sanity. And you'll find it anywhere books are sold. It's about time we start addressing what truly matters.
Stop wasting time scrolling through endless clickbait, social media, and emails trying to keep up with the news. Instead, listen to all the news you need in just 10 minutes.
Welcome to The Newsworthy.
The Newsworthy podcast makes it faster, easier, and more enjoyable to get unbiased news on the go.
It helps us navigate the news without feeling overwhelmed.
Even when my time is limited.
So much detail and information in 10 minutes.
Listen now by searching The Newsworthy in your podcast app or go to thenewsworthy.com.
You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Lips and Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Lips and Ads. Go to lipsandads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com.
Closed captioning provided by All right, piece of cake, no problem. Egg. I need something to blend with. Perfect. God, that is nasty. I can't believe it. Winds up being a cake. Blend at low speed. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We are cooking cake. We're gonna put a lot of icing on here. I'm gonna need some more frosting. This is where you do the fine work. Bananas. I'm gonna decorate it. You have a Dr. Phil original. Now, in my defense, that was a setup because nowhere on the recipe did it say you need to let the cake cool before you put. What do you mean you just know that?
It's common sense. I mean, you just know. Why would you take a hot cake and just try to dump it? It has to cool.
Well, haven't you eaten warm cake before? I've been to restaurants. They say, "Would you like a warm piece of cake?" Sure. So I
do you think they just popped it and iced it hot? They don't do that.
Well, apparently not.
No, I know.
It didn't work for me.
Dr. Phil, if Rick even attempted that, I would be so happy. He won't attempt anything.
Well, that cake ate pretty good. It just didn't look very good.
Right.
But it actually ate pretty good. Do you think I help around the house?
No, I'm sorry, but you do not help around the house. And that's okay, because you really don't know how to do anything around the house. You don't know how. You could not have gone down and gotten those batteries last night because you don't even know where we keep them.
All right. We sent 3 husbands backstage to do some chores. They have now less than 10 minutes to clean the kitchen and make lunch for their wives. Let's check in on them and see how they're doing.
Mike and Rick, make your wife lunch. Clean all the dishes. You have 10 minutes.
Oh, my God.
Get going, guys.
Hey, yeah, by golly, that did fit.
So is that Rick doing dishes?
Hey, that's me. I'm Chore.
Dr. Phil, the men are in here. Come on in.
Yeah, you ought to see the mess that was left.
We're handling it with no problems.
You're not doing anything.
Right, you're just loading a
We
dishwasher.
are making lunch.
You're not
You better
even
be
rinsing
careful.
that off.
We can't get credit for what we're doing. This is a good job.
Come on, well, you gotta rinse that.
Y'all are moving so slow.
See?
We're hungry.
They critique everything we do. Nothing's good enough.
Because you're not doing anything.
You've actually got a. Well, I think your husband's a supervisor. He's apparently he's apparently in management. So we'll check back with you guys again in a few minutes. They got to do those dishes and they got to. Yeah. Okay. I mean, seriously, do you have no ability to get him to change what he's doing?
Well, I go on silent protest in hopes that the mess he makes will drive him crazy. Like, I'll refuse to wash his dishes. I'll clean up after me and my son.
See, let me tell you about men. Men are hedonistic, okay? We seek pleasure and avoid pain, okay? So if you can do something that is contingent, and I'm not saying this tit for tat, but if you can do something where he realizes if he does this, his life gets a whole lot better, Have you ever done that?
You try, but it doesn't work. My husband, I try to say, oh, I appreciate you for cleaning up. Thank you. I shouldn't have to do a woman's
Yeah, but see,
work.
men want to know what's in it for them. Men want to know what's in this for me. Why should I do this?
He lives there.
But you understand, that's right. He already lives there. He's comfortable. It's his cave. He doesn't matter. He'll step over laundry.
They get to get us off their back, too. I mean, that's a reward
But
in
that
itself.
doesn't work. You don't get off his back no matter what.
No.
Hey, you were dogging on me about not making a cake. I want to give you hell about nagging all the time. Okay, now, just to make sure that things are a little more realistic back there, we want to add another element to these men. So can we do that right now? Let's step in. Okay.
That's awesome.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, that diaper's dirty.
No dirty diapers. No dirty diapers.
Hold it. We got to stop now for a few minutes to take care of the children.
No, there's no stopping. That's what hips are for.
The clock.
See how easy this is.
Yeah, I see how this is for me after 39
All right, guys,
years.
let me tell you, the clock is ticking. Your wives are hungry.
How much time do we have? We're good. We got food.
Hey, Mike's doing a good job.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, now don't put.
Is that that's garbage?
I think it is. This is the garbage disposal.
She's good?
Yeah. That was a garbage disposal. Shh.
Where's the crib at? Can we set the
At least he acknowledged it. The baby's head.
Set them somewhere.
The baby's head now has mustard on it and is screwed in a little bit tighter.
It's broken. It can breathe.
All right, now, seriously, but seriously, if you want your... Oh, my.
This is not good. This is why I did everything with the kids. I'm so glad. Your kids are so glad. And they're grown. Where's your husband's baby?
He's holding it, but he's not doing anything.
I would give anything right now if that baby would roll off that cabinet.
Exactly.
What do we do? What do we need?
It's probably what's wrong with our children.
Oh, what a train wreck.
This is not.
What a train wreck. All right, next we're going to bring the husbands back out here and see how they did with their honey-do list of chores. Did they make a lunch? Did they get it clean? And will the baby survive? One of them's got their head screwed on a little tighter, so we'll check on that. We'll be right back.
Monday on an all-new Dr. Phil. What would cause these sisters
You tried to shove her out a window.
to treat their mother this way?
I've been there for you when you
Please don't
needed
act like
me.
this is like Mother of the Year for you.
That's Monday.
Closed captioning provided by Well, we've been talking about the battle over the chores. It's a problem most couples argue about every week, and that's what the lawyers tell us at the divorce court. Now, we're going to have the husbands come back out on stage. We'll see the lunch they made for their wives. So, husbands, stop, work, and come out.
What do you
See,
need?
they don't listen.
Napkins are
All right, husbands, to the stage. Bring your lunch. Because your wives are going to eat your lunch.
Get your baby. Get your baby.
Thanks. Wait, I almost left the baby.
Oh, see, my husband's listening. Good job.
Come on, baby. That I don't know.
Just wait there. Just wait there.
All right, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Oh, wait.
All right.
Go ahead. Grab my drink.
All right, here they come. I am really, really anxious to have a look at this lunch. All right, let's bring the husbands back out. Yeah.
How's your neck? Yeah, I'm so sorry.
All right. Now, I don't know why you're holding the baby. Oh, look at this.
He's holding the
Look at this.
Is there a button?
He stopped the lunch, I got the baby.
Yeah, he keeps the food, you get the baby.
What happened? What just happened?
She's so good at making them stop crying.
Yeah. There is a way to make them stop crying. There's a key.
Okay.
You can turn the key. All right. There you go.
All right, I'll take her back.
Do you know how to do that?
Here you go.
Well, wouldn't it be nice if you could actually do that? Okay, now, what do you guys think? Do you think they have legitimate requests for y'all to help more?
I think that their requests are legitimate as far as picking up what we mess up if we leave some stuff behind. As far
That's
as taking-
progress.
Yeah, that. I guess that is some progress. But as far as taking over a lot more of the household duties, see, my situation's a little bit different because my wife is at home
He thinks I
all
do
the
nothing.
time. So you have to contribute to the household in some kind of way.
Yeah, but you know,
I contribute.
I just
baby's
have
back.
to. I just have to ask you though, how's that working for you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it could work. It could be better.
Yeah, it could be better. Look,
Help.
all right.
I'm a fast learner.
See,
Now, if only he would do.
he is trainable.
Absolutely.
He is trainable. But look, here's the thing that I want all couples to know. We've been having some fun with this and laughing at you guys. Trust me, we've been laughing at you, not with you. But I really want people to understand that relationships truly are negotiated. And the negotiation window never closes. And if you're not willing to negotiate, it can really start costing you big time. Because resentment builds up, doesn't it? I mean, you get to where it's like, oh, come on. So you got to be willing to negotiate and come up with a division of labor that everybody can live with. And you don't want to mow the yard, do you?
I will, if
But
that will
but
prove
aren't you
to
okay
have-
for the guys to do the
I'm
outdoor
okay.
stuff?
Why don't we just get a yard? I asked for a housekeeper once a week, and
Yeah.
he was like, why would I pay a housekeeper when you're at home?
Why would I go and
Done.
pay for a housekeeper
I
when
will
my wife
answer
is
that.
at home
Okay.
all day?
You need to really stop talking. You couldn't dig a hole any faster if we brought you a backhoe out here. Why do you do that? You do that because, number one, what is your greatest asset in life? Is it not your children?
Family.
And of course, and so what you do is these are the managers, the shapers, the guiders of the most precious things in the world to you. What would it cost to try to hire somebody that would do this with love, attention, never get tired, never miss a day, never not show up? What would it cost to hire somebody to do that? I can tell you, in this day and time, it would be a ton of money, my friend, because you can't buy commitment. They have to really feel this. So they're doing extremely important things here. They really are. And so why would you do it? You would do it because you want to make their lives better. You want them to go to bed at night saying, you know what? He loves me enough to do something really sweet for me.
It's annoying, huh?
And when that happens, because see, she can't do that during the day.
No, I know.
There's no key in that baby's back.
Exactly.
So you said, why do you do it? You do it because it is an acknowledgement of who they are, what they contribute, and it says, hey, I get it. I really, really get it. And you don't want to be made to do it. You should do that because you want to do that. All right, got to take a break. Next, I'm going to share the simplest way to avoid argument over chores. We'll be right back. It could be down the street, around the corner, or in the workplace. Hunger in America is everywhere as 1 in 6 people struggle daily to put food on the table. You can help end this problem by donating to Feeding America. Just go to drphil.com to give whatever amount you can, because I promise you, a little goes a long, long way. Hey audience, do we have a great time here in studio? If you're going to be in the Los Angeles area, come join Robin and me in the studio audience.
Tickets are free, so just go to drphil.com and click on Be in the Audience.
Or you can call 323-461-PHIL. That's 323-461-7445. Well, we all know the expression that if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. I've got 3 guys up here that maybe haven't broken the code on that yet. Well, we put that to the test. We had a couple pretend to be parents of a pretend baby go out shopping, and the mom's hands were full. The dads were not. Let's see how people reacted. Take a look.
Tom, I need your help. Tom.
And she's clearly with the baby, holding the bags. I mean, she just wants a little help from him, and he's absorbed completely in what he has on his phone.
I need you to help me carry some of the stuff. Look, I'm getting marks in my arms. I'm trying to feed the kid.
He could have obviously been helping out more, holding the bag. You know, if it was a really urgent situation, he probably could have postponed the phone calls.
Really?
Seeing the couple bickering was something that I see a lot. The guy being distracted and the girl kind of like carrying a lot of things.
I always take care of everything.
I thought it was disgusting. I thought the guy was a jerk. He was on the phone. I had an inclination to go and just take the phone out of his hand.
Maybe he pays the bills.
Dr. Chloe Bird is a senior psychologist at the RAND Corporation, and she has spent years studying gender differences, and she's here today. So, Dr. Bird, tell me this. Does your research show that there are gender-specific jobs and tasks, and is that a healthy thing?
There aren't gender-specific jobs and tasks. There aren't any, at least biologically, there are not any differences in the ability to do any of the household chores, or other than breastfeeding. Breastfeeding, you definitely have a clear advantage. But it's learned, it's cultural, it's social.
You talk about something called invisible work, and I think that's a really important thing for these guys. Talk about what you mean by that.
Well, part of it is what you see, what you do. You see what happens in front of you in terms of things getting done, but you don't see what it takes when you're not there. You don't see how many times it got cleaned up. You get a better feel for it when you're in the kitchen, as you were here on the show, trying to handle all of it. But you need to be able to appreciate and communicate and find out how much work is it for somebody who's paying the bills? What does it take? How much work is it when you're handling taking the car in a couple of times a year, or changing the oil? And
do you get acknowledgement from your husband for the things you do?
I'm sure once in a while, perhaps.
Occasionally?
Nothing that I recall.
Because that's the invisible work. They don't see it.
Yeah.
And so, do you get acknowledgement for how hard you work?
Every now and then. It's not often. Don't look like you do every day, because he does not.
I try to encourage her. I always try to make sure.
Only when I'm frustrated, like if I'm having a
food.
bad day and I don't feel like it, then he makes sure to
So you
tell
get hot,
me.
then he'll say, hey, you're doing a
Yeah.
good job. Do you ever get acknowledgement? No.
Never.
Okay, that's what I
Never.
figured. I think it's important for people to hear that even though you don't see it, you get what's happened.
Oh, it makes a huge difference, acknowledging what somebody's contribution is. That's part of playing like you're on the same team, making a win-win situation.
Yeah. Well, despite the complaints, it's obvious that Cam, Bridget, and Debi really all do love their husbands. It hasn't gotten to the point of chasing them away yet. Well, occasionally. And on behalf of the men and fathers, sometimes we just don't remember to say thank you. I'd get it. And so I'd like to give each of our women a $500 Spa Finder gift certificate today. For our viewers at home, log on to drphil.com, take our Chore personality quiz, and you'll be automatically entered into the Spa Finder gift certificate as well. We'll be right back. Closed captioning provided by If you would like to purchase a DVD or transcript of your favorite Dr. Phil show, please log on to drphil.com or call 866-4-DR-PHIL. That's 866-437-7445. 866-437-7445. I want to thank all of my guests and my studio audience here today, and also thanks to senior sociologist at RAND, Dr. Chloe Bird, and spafinder.com. Go to drphil.com and you can take our personality quiz. In fact, our couples took the quiz before the show, and Debbie and Rick were total opposites. Debbie scored very high on self-efficacy versus Rick, who scored very low, which means Debbie completes her task successfully, Rick does not. So, surprise, surprise. We'll see you next time. Thanks. I want to thank all of my guests and my studio audience here today, and also thanks to senior sociologist at RAND, Dr. Chloe Bird, and spafinder.com. Go to drphil.com and you can take our personality quiz. In fact, our couples took the quiz before the show, and Debbie and Rick were total opposites. Debbie scored very high on self-efficacy versus Rick, who scored very low, which means Debbie completes her task successfully, Rick does not. So, surprise, surprise. We'll see you next time. Thanks.